Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on July 22nd, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangong langayate girim Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Meshwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Lessons Derived from the Pastime of Lord Caitanya with Choṭa Haridāsa. Under the section, The Chastisement of Junior Haridāsa, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.150.
একদিন ভক্তগণ সমীপে প্রভুর হরিদাসের বার্তা জিজ্ঞাসা। একদিন মহাপ্রভু পুছিলা ভক্তগণে হরিদাস কাহা তারে আনা হয় এখানে।
One day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from the devotees, "Where is Haridas? Now you may bring him here."
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually asked Junior Haridāsa.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually asked for Junior Haridas.
By that time, Junior Haridāsa had given up.
But by that time, Junior Haridas had given up. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.151.
সকলের হরিদাস সম্বন্ধে অনভিজ্ঞতা জ্ঞাপন। সবে কহে হরিদাস বর্ষ পূর্ণ দিনে রাত্রে উঠি কাহা গেলা কেহ নাহি জানে।
The devotees all replied, "One day, at the end of a full year, Haridas, Junior Haridas, got up and went away. No one knows where he has gone." Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.152.
প্রভুর হাস্য তদ্দর্শনে ভক্তগণের বিস্ময়। শুনি মহাপ্রভু ঈষৎ হাসিয়া রহিলা সব ভক্তগণ মনে বিস্ময় হইলা।
While hearing the devotees' lament, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was mildly smiling. Thus, all the devotees were very much astonished.
Lord Chaitanya may have known what he had gone.
So Lord Chaitanya would have known where he had gone.
He was smiling,
He was smiling,
and all the devotees who didn't know were astonished.
so all the devotees who didn't know, they were astonished. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.152.
একদিন সমুদ্র স্নানকালে স্বরূপ ও গোবিন্দ আদি ভক্তের অলক্ষ্যে হরিদাসের গান শ্রবণ। একদিন জগদানন্দ স্বরূপ গোবিন্দ কাশীশ্বর শঙ্কর দামোদর মুকুন্দ সমুদ্র স্নানে গেলা সবে শোনে কত দূরে হরিদাস গায়েন যেন ডাকি কণ্ঠস্বরে।
One day Jagadananda, Swarup, Govinda, Kashishar, Shankar, Damodar and Mukunda all went to bathe in the sea. They could hear Haridas singing from a distant place as if calling them in his original voice.
All the devotees could hear the voice of Haridas.
So all the devotees could hear the voice of Junior Haridas
singing from a distant place.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.155
মনুষ্যনা দেখে মধুর গীত মাত্র শুনে গোবিন্দাদি সবে মেলি কইল অনুমানে.
No one could see him, but they could hear him singing in a sweet voice. Therefore, all the devotees headed by Govinda made this guess. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.156
স্বরূপ ব্যতীত গোবিন্দ আদি ভক্তের অনুমান হরিদাসের আত্মহত্যা ফলে ব্রহ্ম রাক্ষসত্ব লাভ. বিষাদি খাইয়া হরিদাস আত্মঘাত হইল সেই পাপে জানি ব্রহ্ম রাক্ষস হইল.
Haridas must have committed suicide by drinking poison, and because of this sinful act, he has now become a Brahmana ghost.
All the devotees headed by Govinda
So the devotees headed by Govinda speculated
that Haridas was hot, drank of poison.
So they speculated that Junior Haridas must have drank poison.
But Swarup Damodar, he didn't believe this.
But Swarup Damodar, he didn't believe this. Sorry, Guru Maharaj. Swarup Damodar, however, protested. This is a false guess. Oh, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.157
আকার না দেখি মাত্র শুনি তার গান স্বরূপ কহেন এই মিথ্যা অনুমান.
We cannot see his material form, they said, but still we hear his sweet singing. Therefore, he must have become a ghost. Swarup Damodar, however, protested. This is a false guess.
And those Mahārāja wouldn't be able to chant the name of the Lord.
A ghost or Brahma Rakshas couldn't be able to chant the names of God.
So, this is false speculation.
So this is a false speculation. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.158
স্বরূপ কর্তৃক ছোট হরিদাসের গুণ ও সদ্গতির প্রশংসা. আজন্ম কৃষ্ণ কীর্তন প্রভুর সেবন প্রভু কৃপা পাত্র আর ক্ষেত্রের মরণ.
Junior Haridas chanted the Hare Krishna mantra throughout his entire life and served the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Moreover, he is dear to the Lord and has died in a holy place.
Actually, the Haridas had waited. The Lord called him eventually.
So, actually, if Junior Haridas would have waited, the Lord would have called for him eventually.
Anyway, Mahārāja is describing the great qualities
Anyway, Swarup Damodar is describing the great qualities
of Junior Haridas.
of Junior Haridas.
Therefore, he must achieve liberation.
So therefore he must achieve liberation. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 2.159.
দুর্গতি না হয় তার সদ্গতি সে হয় প্রভু ভঙ্গি এই পাছে জানিবা নিশ্চয়
Haridas cannot have been degraded. He must have attained liberation. This is a pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. You will all understand it later.
Chaitanya made an example of Junior Haridāsa.
So, Lord Chaitanya made an example of Junior Haridas.
And sometimes often chastised a dear devotee.
Sometimes Srila Prabhupada would chastise a dear devotee,
Everybody had done the same mistake.
but everybody would be doing the same mistake.
The devotee wondered why he was being singled out and chastised.
But the devotee would be wondering why he was being singled out and being chastised.
Because Prabhupada knew that he would take it.
Because Prabhupada knew that he would take it.
And so he was just like the saying in Bengali,
It is just like there is a saying in Bengali,
train your daughter-in-law to chastise your daughter.
to train your daughter-in-law, you chastise your daughter. Right? Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 2.160.
প্রয়াগ হইতে নবদ্বীপে প্রত্যাগত জৈনক বৈষ্ণবের মুখে শ্রীবাস আদির হরিদাসের দেহত্যাগ শ্রবণ প্রয়াগ হইতে এক বৈষ্ণব নবদ্বীপে আইল হরিদাসের বার্তা তেহ সবারে কহিল
A devotee returned to Navadvip from Prayag and told everyone the details of Junior Haridasa's suicide.
And Haridas graduated then maybe then the Lord asked for him later.
So, if Junior Haridas would have waited, maybe the Lord would have asked for him later. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 2.161.
জৈসে সংকল্প জৈসে ত্রিবেণী প্রবেশিল শুনি শ্রীবাস আদির মনে বিস্ময় হইল
He explained how Junior Haridas had made his resolution and had thus entered the waters at the confluence of Jamuna and the Ganges. Hearing these details, Srivas Thakur and other devotees were very surprised.
The devotees in Navadvip are surprised here.
The devotees in Navadvip were surprised to hear how Junior Haridas had left. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 2.162.
পরবর্তী বর্ষে গৌড়ীয় ভক্তগণের পুরীতে আগমন বর্ষান্তরে শিবানন্দ সব ভক্ত লইয়া প্রভুরে মিলিলা আসি আনন্দিত হইয়া
At the end of the year, Shivananda Saint came to Jagannath Puri as usual, accompanied by the other devotees, and thus in great happiness met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But Chaitanya said would come to Bengal in the month of Paush.
So Lord Chaitanya said that he would come to Bengal in the month of Paush.
And he came, but he came in his Avirbhav form.
He came, but he came in his Avirbhav form.
So he was not visible to everyone.
So he was not visible to everyone.
So people were very happy to finally meet the Lord.
So the people were very happy to finally to meet the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.163.
ছোট হরিদাস সম্বন্ধে প্রভু সমীপে শ্রীবাসের জিজ্ঞাসা ও প্রভুর উত্তর। হরিদাস কাহা যদি শ্রীবাস পুছিলা, সকর্ম ফল বুক পুমান প্রভু উত্তর দিলা।
When Srivas Thakur inquired from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "Where is Junior Haridas?" the Lord replied, "A person is sure to achieve the results of his fruitive activities."
Every action that we perform
has some
karmic reaction.
Has some karmic reaction.
And this is sure to happen.
And this is sure to happen. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.164.
শ্রীবাস কর্তৃক ছোট হরিদাসের দেহত্যাগ বৃত্তান্ত বর্ণন। তবে শ্রীবাস তার বৃত্তান্ত কহিল, জৈসে সংকল্প জৈসে ত্রিবেণী প্রবেশিল।
Srivas Thakur related the details of Haridasa's decision and his entering the waters at the confluence of the Ganges and Jamuna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.165.
সদ্ধর্ম গুপ্তা জগৎগুরু লোকশিক্ষক প্রভুর বিধি ব্যবস্থা বিধান। শুনি প্রভু হাসি কহে সুপ্রসন্ন চিত্ত, প্রকৃতি দর্শন কইলে এই প্রায়শ্চিত্ত।
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these details, he smiled in a pleased mood and said, "If with sensual intention one looks at woman, this is the only process of atonement." As I mentioned earlier, he gave in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Gajendra Moksha part, he said that those who are in the renounced order of life
should not give up their devotional service.
Should not give up their devotional service.
But
if they don't feel suitably engaged as a Vairagi, then be a Grihastha. But then continue with your devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.166.
ত্রিবেণী প্রভৃতি বিষ্ণু তীর্থে দেহত্যাগের ফল। স্বরূপাদি মিলি তবে বিচার করিলা, ত্রিবেণী প্রভাবে হরিদাস প্রভু পাশ আইলা।
Then all the devotees headed by Swarup Damodar Goswami concluded that because Haridas has committed suicide at the confluence of the rivers Ganges and Yamuna, he must have ultimately attained shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur remarks that after one adopts the renounced order and accepts the dress of either a sannyasi or a Babaji, if he entertains the idea of sense gratification, especially in relationship with a woman, the only atonement is to commit suicide at the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna. Only by such atonement can his sinful life be purified. If such a person is thus punished, it is possible for him to attain the shelter of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Without such punishment, however, the shelter of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is very difficult to regain.
All the avatars, Lord Chaitanya is most merciful.
Of all the avatars, the avatar of Lord Chaitanya is the most merciful.
But his representative, their devotee, and they are more merciful.
But his representatives, his pure devotees, is even more merciful. Hari Bol. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.167.
ভক্তের হৃৎকর্ণ রসায়ন প্রভু লীলা। এই মত লীলা করে সচিরনন্দন, যাহা শুনি ভক্তগণের জুড়ায় কর্ণমন।
In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi, performs his pastimes which greatly satisfy the ears and minds of pure devotees who hear about them.
Lord Chaitanya is known as Mahaprabhu,
So Lord Chaitanya is known as Mahaprabhu,
and he teaches the whole universe by his example.
and he teaches the whole universe by his own example.
And through his pastimes, to satisfy all the world.
So through this pastime, he is satisfying all his devotees.
And Kṛṣṇa promised that he would always protect his devotees.
As Krishna promised that he would always protect his devotees,
Haridāsa achieved his Siddha-deha,
so Junior Haridas achieved his Siddha Deha,
and he obtained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's feet.
and he obtained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.168.
ছোট হরিদাসের দণ্ড প্রদান লীলায় শিক্ষণীয় বিষয়। আপন কারুণ্য লোকে বৈরাগ্য শিক্ষণ, সভক্তের ঘাড় অনুরাগ প্রকটীকরণ।
This incident manifests the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His teaching that a sannyasi should remain in the renounced order and the deep attachment to him felt by his faithful devotees.
Lord Chaitanya wanted the devotees not imitate sadhya.
So Lord Chaitanya wanted his devotees to not to imitate the Sahajas.
Sadhyas treat everything very cheap.
The Sahajas, they take everything very cheap. That's why he made this strong example. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.169.
তীর্থের মহিমা নিজ ভক্তে আর্তসাৎ, এক লীলায় করেন প্রভু কার্য পাশ সাত।
It also demonstrates the glories of holy names and shows how the Lord accepts his faithful devotee. Thus the Lord fulfilled 5 or 7 purposes by performing one pastime.
And this pastime, Junior Haridāsa,
So in this pastime with Junior Haridas,
many things were shown by Lord Chaitanya.
many things were shown by Lord Chaitanya.
adhering to your vows.
The importance of adhering to your vows.
Yeah. All the holy places are glorious.
How the holy places are glorious.
How just like the verse in the Shastra that says,
How just like there is a verse in the Shastra that says,
sit alone either with your mother, sister, or daughter.
you shouldn't sit alone even with your mother, sister, or daughter.
What to speak of other women.
What to speak of other women.
Like that, Lord Chaitanya instructed many things on this example.
So like that, Lord Chaitanya instructed many things through this example. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 2.170.
অসৎসঙ্গ ত্যাগে ধীর প্রযত্ন বুদ্ধিমান নিষ্কপট কৃষ্ণ ভজন ইচ্ছুরই পরম গভীর কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য লীলা মর্মানুভবে অধিকার। মধুর চৈতন্য লীলা সমুদ্র গম্ভীর লোকে নাহি বোঝে বোঝে যেই ভক্ত ধীর।
The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are like nectar, and they are deep like the ocean. People in general cannot understand them, but a sober devotee can.
Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are very sweet.
So Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are very sweet.
But to understand this pastime sometimes very hard.
But to understand his pastime is sometimes very hard.
Because they produce many very deep instructions.
Because they may produce many very deep instructions.
And unless the devotee is very serious, he may not understand.
Unless a devotee is very serious, he may not understand this. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 2.171.
তর্ক পন্থা ত্যাগপূর্বক সৌত পথাশ্রয়ে সকলকে অপাকৃত চৈতন্যলীলা শ্রবণ অর্থ গ্রন্থাকারের অনুরোধ। বিশ্বাস করিয়া শোন চৈতন্য চরিত তর্ক না করিহ তর্কে হবে বিপরীত।
Please hear the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with faith and confidence. Do not argue, for arguments will produce the contrary result.
Because Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are not understandable by argument or logic.
So, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are not understandable by logic or arguments.
Well, one has to understand his pastimes
So one has to understand these pastimes by deep realization. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.172. Antya Leela 2.72.
শ্রীরূপ রঘুনাথ পদে যার আস চৈতন্য চরিতামৃত কহে কৃষ্ণদাস।
Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Summarizing this chapter, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that one should derive from it the following lessons. 1. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is an incarnation of mercy, he nevertheless gave up the company of one of his personal associates, namely Junior Haridas, for if he had not done so, pseudo devotees would have taken advantage of Junior Haridas's fault by using it as an excuse to live as devotees and at the same time have illicit sexual connections. Such activities would have demoralized the cult of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and as a result, devotees would surely gone to hellish life in the name of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Second, by chastising Junior Haridas, the Lord set the standard for acharyas, or the heads of institutions propagating the Caitanya cult, and for all actual devotees. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to maintain the highest standard. Third, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu instructed that a pure devotee should be simple and free from sinful activities, for thus one can be his bona fide servant. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu taught his followers how to observe the renounced order strictly. Fourth, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to prove that his devotees are exalted and their character is ideal. He kindly accepts his faithful devotees and teaches them how much tribulation and disturbance can be produced by even a slight deviation from the strict principles of devotional service. Fifth, by chastising Junior Haridas, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his mercy toward him, thus showing how elevated was Junior Haridas's devotion for him. Because of transcendental relationship, the Lord corrected even a slight offense committed by his pure devotee. Therefore, one who wants to be a pure devotee of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu should give up all material sense gratification. Otherwise, the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very difficult to attain. Sixth, if one dies in such a celebrated holy place as Prayag, Mathura, Vrindavan, one can be relieved from the reactions to sinful life and then attain the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Seventh, although a pure or faithful devotee may fall down, he nevertheless ultimately gets the chance to go back home, back to Godhead, by the mercy of the Lord. This is another thing. Okay. Sri Gauranga Leela Smarana Mangala Stotram 62 by Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. To protect his sannyasi followers from the voices that follow from talking with women, he was very happy as he rejected Choṭa Haridāsa for a small offense. I meditate on Lord Gauranga, whose activities are faultless and who is the personification of a sincere devotee.
Or it is a science how laid out the
So our previous acharyas have laid out the
teachings that we can learn from
teachings that we can learn from
this pastime
these pastimes of Lord Caitanya and Junior Haridas. Thus ends the chapter entitled Lessons Derived from the Pastime of Lord Caitanya with Choṭa Haridāsa. Under the section The Chastisement of Junior Haridāsa.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.